Hey, this is Jason, the lanky lefty from freecpapadvice.com/forum, and I'm looking at one of these questions I have today. It is, he's been using CPAP machine for just under a month. He's not feeling like he's getting a good night's sleep, and he's been using the SleepyHead program to track what he's doing, but does not know what he can do to improve it. If you take a look at the graph he has here, you can see that his AHI is being reported at 1.23, which is great, right? Most of these events are being reported as central apneas. Most likely those are just, after he sighed or yawned or adjusted his mask, and so they're being misreported. But what I notice here, a couple things about what may be making his sleep less than optimal. And one here is if you look at the mask pressure here, you can see that it, even though his machine, see where the settings right here, pressure mask is supposed to be 8, and it can go up to 19. So his mask pressure, even though here it's showing it's 8, what he has is he has the EPR on, which is expiratory pressure relief, and he has it on at 3. So you can see it's dipping from 8 all the way down there. So basically that's like a BiPAP with that machine, and you want to turn that off. What that can do is it can allow a lot of things to creep into your sleep, like respiratory effort related arousals, just real subtle decreases in breathing that are going to cause them to wake up, and those won't necessarily be reported up here in the event flags. So that's one thing. Turn off the EPR. That would definitely help. Another thing that I notice is if you look at the flow limitations that are being reported, and these line up and associate with the pressure increasing up to 10, in this case over here up to about 11, you can see that these march out to about an hour to an hour and a half. So what happens in sleep every hour to hour and a half? REM sleep happens. During REM, you're supposed to become more relaxed. But when you do so, a lot of things relax, including the muscles in your upper airway, your tongue. So what can happen is your sleep apnea during non-REM is at one point. During REM, it becomes much worse, and so you actually require more pressure. Well, you can see this relationship here. He goes into it. It needs more pressure, and so it goes up. Well, what he could do is instead he could just start off at 10, so have his low pressure setting at 10. That way it's already accounted for. And then at that point you're probably saying, well, isn't auto CPAP supposed to adjust for that? Well, yeah, it does adjust for it, but the answer is it often doesn't do it fast enough. As you can see here, he's still struggling. So if you just start it up there right away, hopefully that'll protect the airway, keep it open, and that won't even happen. Looks like that's the gist of it. And anyway, it's freecpapadvice.com/forum. If you have any questions like this, you can either search here or you can ask the question on your own, and myself or someone else will respond. Was that great advice?
It was great advice.